Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, we have the Warriors Den Year 6 Season 4 reveal. Now, I heard Yorm got reworked in here. I haven't seen it. I am a couple hours late. I'm about, this was at 12. I'm about 5 hours late. So you're probably going to see this on the YouTube channel late tonight. So here we go. So patch notes. Let's see what we got. Today's video was sponsored by The Ridge. Now, I know a lot of you guys have probably heard about Ridge through their wallets, but today I want to show you one of their new products. And this new product is called the Key Case. Now, I know a lot of you guys walk around with your old keys looking like this. It's a bunch of keys everywhere. It's loose, it's jangling everywhere, making a bunch of noise when you pull them out. But with the Key Case, it has a very sleek design. It holds your keys perfectly nice and secure. And what I love about it the most, it doesn't make a lot of noise when you pull it out because all the keys are within the key case. So guys, a little bit about the key case. It can hold up to 2 to 6 keys. It has a patent pending tension plate system, and it also has premium metal plates. And I'm not gonna lie, this key case is kind of a game changer, man. It's super sleek and it's a clean look. Now, moving on to their wallet, man, look at this clean wallet. They have clean, sleek designs for their wallet. And honestly, if you come over here and compare it to one of your bulky wallets, like this is what I used to use, you see right here. Now you come over to the sleek Ridge wallet, you got all your cards in here. It has a cash clip in the back just in case you guys carry cash. It also, you can pull out all your cards, super simple, super easy, whatever you want to use. And you just don't have to worry about carrying a big bulky wallet anymore. And guys, there's over 30 colors and styles. Here's a few just to show you right here. The Ridge wallet also has RFID blocking technology, which will help protect you from digital pickpocketers. But guys, you don't have to take my word for it. The Ridge has over 50,000 5-star reviews, and the material used for the wallet is super durable, which means that you get a lifetime warranty. So check it out, guys. The Ridge team is so confident that you're gonna like their product, they're giving you a 99-day free trial. So basically that means you can return this within those 99 days for whatever reason for a full refund. So guys, what are you waiting for? You can get the best deal available by clicking the link ridge.com/Kenzo. The link will be in the description as well, and you can save up to 40% off through December 22nd. Shouts out to the Ridge team for sponsoring today's video, and let's get back to the gameplay.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm joined now by Mr. JC.
Okay,
our Lord
Mr. JC.
JC, how you doing today?
All right, lead
I'm doing pretty good.
game designer.
I'm doing great.
What you got for me?
I'm about to eat all the holiday goodness. So yeah, we've got a we got a lot going on. We got a lot of patchy notes to talk about.
Quite a few.
So yeah, let's start off with hero improvements. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that makes sense.
Balance updates. Okay, Lawbringer changes. Here we go.
It's getting what?
Front dodge shove is now 500
right?
ms.
So,
sheesh.
For Lawbringer, we've adjusted.
Hold on now.
Speed of his dodge.
Whoa,
shove.
are we gotta play? We gotta play law.
Dodge shove is now 500 ms.
Side dodge is 533.
553. 533 rather.
Okay, but the recoveries.
And we've also updated the recovery for them to be 700 instead of 4. Basically,
yeah, let me turn them up.
The speed they were at, they weren't really functional as openers or dodge attacks. So by doing this, we're really hoping to get Lawbringer a bit more opening ability.
Now we're playing law for sure.
But to compensate, so the
that's really all really like that's what he needed. Faster shove to get into his combos.
Like,
his combos were good. His combos weren't bad.
Really easy to avoid. So now we're trying to do the opposite, like we do with every other hero.
Yo, Gamehead,
harder to avoid, but they're easier to
tier
punish.
1.
So that's kind of what we're going with Lawbringer for this.
I like it because look, Lawbringer has good combos.
Players ask for a lot.
Yeah, quite a bit.
It's just that he can't get into them. Now he should be able to. Oh, Nuxia, hold on, whoa.
Right?
Yes. Wait,
so,
is that the deflect?
Echo Strike is now unblockable. Now, if you don't really know Nuxia that much, I'm sure chat right now is freaking out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm freaking out.
Echo Strike is her deflect attack. Right?
Yes,
so Echo Strike is now unblockable, which means that it will no longer be auto blocked if you don't change your stance.
Good, thank you.
So it'll always.
But it does 20 now.
Awesome! It's a really good quality of life change for Nuxia.
Yeah, it does
and
20
it also
now.
Does 20 damage. It used to do like a really high.
But it's okay. It's okay because it changed into the combo. It's good. It's good. It's good.
Do some shenanigans to make it work. With this, at least, it'll always land. 20 damage is in line with what we have with a lot of deflect attacks. So this should work quite well. It's way
Person
better.
jab and step are now enhanced as those are dot attacks, right?
Quite well. We've also increased. We also made the crescent jab and crescent step, which are front dodge and side dodge lights.
Right.
They're both enhanced. Again, like we want to give Nuxia a little bit an easier time to get into her chains, get into opponents. If something is blocked from external front dodge,
thank you for the prime.
Or whatever, then you have a bit more chance.
I'm not reading chat. Y'all are spoiling.
and be able to defeat them.
I told you I was
we've
late.
also adjusted the time at which Crescent Jab, which is the front version.
Yo, Soul, thank you for the 1,000 bits.
Right? So it used to be at 300 ms static. Now it's 100 to 400, so you can do it earlier. You can delay it.
You can delay it. Right.
There's more versatility there. That
okay,
works
let's
really,
go.
really well. And on top of that, we've also updated all of her weapon trajectories for side heavy attacks to match her weapons visuals.
So it got better reach.
To be fair, they're also a little bit bigger than her weapons.
Little tracking.
Give her better anti-gank. One of the problems that Nuxia has on top of being replaced guard hero is that it's kind of hard to defend yourself when you get a bunch of people jumping onto you. So now you should be able to do her side heavies and get some people off of you at least a little bit more. So that should help there.
This is a little tiny buff right there.
Get her like a little bit higher up. Like she's not going to be like, the end all be all character.
Right.
But at least those are really, really nice quality of life changes.
Good. Yeah, that's good. Good changes. Good changes. W. 2 W's. That's 2 in a row. That's 2 W's. 2 W's.
For literally years now. So it's so good to see it. Actually happening.
I'm super happy about it.
Let's keep it going. Peacekeeper. Whoa, hold on. I play a little PK now.
Peacekeeper.
I got a pocket PK. Don't play with me.
We focused a bit on making her dodge attacks or side dodge attacks. Like be a
400
bit
MS recovery on miss.
So sidestep strike, which is dodge heavy, used to have like 700 MS of recovery on miss. A lot of people were able to kind of like side dodge into guard break on reaction, which was kind of bad.
Oh wow!
So we've really, really lowered the recovery of that attack by quite a bit on miss and on block, or not in terms of block and on hit, to make sure that the move is a lot safer to use in a lot of situations.
Yo, Dark and Malik, thank you for the subs.
The riposting stab, which is a deflect attack, now there's a medium hit reaction instead of a light. So you get better from advantage afterwards. If you do nothing, you're from advantage. If you want to go into chains or whatever, you get better mix-up afterwards.
Okay, that's good.
And it also has a lower recovery on hits, now 400 MS. So it used to be longer. Again, here we're trying to give Peacekeepers attacks, like a lot of her dodge stuff and her deflect stuff, to be a bit safer, be more usable, and have like a bit more utility in different situations.
Mid W. It's not crazy. It's nothing crazy, but it's a W nonetheless.
All right, now.
Whoa! Yes. Hold on.
Yes. And we wanted to make sure that the hero was toned down a little bit, not massively, but enough that you kind of feel it a little bit. And so
Raider nerfs. Hold on.
Less frustrating. So first off, the stamina pool is now 120, which is like the stamina pool for most heroes. It used to be at 130, and on top of having a lot of soft feints, Raider feels like he never runs out of stamina. So
right,
it's gonna help that.
Just look at all the damage nerfs. I love it.
Really stamina efficient, but it's not. I have infinite stamina now, so that should make a big difference. And then
Frankie Cthulhu, thank you for the 100 bits.
A lot of his attacks.
I love it.
I love it. A little bit, right? So
I love it. I love it.
Now deals 28. Chainside heavy now deals 26. So they used to deal 30 and 27. Mostly because the finishers now deal 30 and 28. And the zone attack and chains also deals 28. So the idea here is that we want to cap damage for those finishers at 30, like we've been doing quite often. And so we wanted to have Raiders damage to be a little bit more in line with what other heroes have, on top of the hero having like really huge trajectories, hitting a bunch of different people, getting to a lot of stuff. So that should really help
thank you for the
bit, in the situation there, and be less frustrating to fight against Raiders. That should be pretty good for everybody involved.
Yeah, just get him back down into like a decent tier.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not gonna lie.
Do A tier.
Yeah,
that's 4 W's in a row.
It's really just
that's
a case
4
of
W's.
How do we make the hero less frustrating?
They're not massive W's, but that's 4 W's in a row.
So that's kind of like the big deal here.
Yeah, no more like 4 Raider.
Is this 5 W's?
Memes. Like
Right.
No, they're on the spree right now.
So we're doing one last round for now, at least, of pirate nerfs. So walk the plank now deals 24 damage instead of 27. Again, it's to lower the damage output of walk the plank. You get a guaranteed 5 damage shot afterwards.
I can hear the salt and tears.
To make sure that the move is
all
still
you
good,
trash pirate
usable.
mains.
But at the same time, it doesn't do like way too much damage. But we've also adjusted how much revenge it feeds to 30. So it's as if it dealt 30 damage, but it deals 24 in terms of revenge only. So again, we want to like make sure the ganks with pirates.
You see the last one? Chain link timings from all attacks that lead to pistol blast on miss are now 300 MS.
Just enough that it still works. They're still good, but it's gonna be much more difficult to do repeated ganks, repeated walk the planks back and back and back to be able to kill somebody, to go from 100 to 0 really efficient. We've also lowered the damage of Cavalier Dance to 12. That's front dodge heavy. It used to deal 14. Again, a lot of these things are we're tweaking the damage here to make sure that like Pirate has different choices and different options, and some of them have drawbacks and some of them have benefits, right? So when we designed Pirate, a lot of what we were going for was have her have a lot of different options at any point in her kit. That's why there's a dodge cancel.
Just make them think. Honestly, just make the pirates have to think.
A lot of different things.
And we're good.
Because those options were quite strong, we're doing a bit too much damage. It kind of made the choice less impactful, right? So now if you want to go into a front dodge heavy and then get the armor, get the extra damage, get the flow going, well, you're going to have to sacrifice a little bit more damage. If you're going to walk the plank, yeah, it deals more damage. It deals much more damage than going Cavalier Dance, but like there's those trade-offs here that we really want to focus and really have an emphasis on player choice and expression and going, well, I play Pirate this way, you play Pirate that way, and it's always a little bit different.
Cool.
So that's the part of that nerf. And then the next one is a nerf, but it's also more of a bug fix, which is chaining timings from every single attack that leads to pistol blast on miss, right? So only when you miss with your attack, the chaining timings are 300 MS up from 200. And that is because we had an issue that if your attack trajectory would hit an opponent after your miss timing on somebody, or even after you hit your main target, or if something happened and you hit an off target afterwards, you could target swap to them and then do a pistol blast, and that pistol blast would be guaranteed because the chaining timing was very, really short. I've seen a lot of people talk about this on Reddit. We've had discussions with pro players there.
Oh, wow.
So with that being at 300 instead of 200, should really eliminate those situations and make sure that character is a lot more fair to fight against and get into like that better feeling of fighting a pirate. I know some players find her like oppressing and difficult to fight against. So hopefully these changes will really help in getting that level down a little bit and make the character still feel good.
We like that,
but not feel as bad to play against sometimes.
Yeah.
But JC, I was so enjoying glitch swapping, shooting everyone in the face.
Right?
Why would you take this away from me?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah.
No, it's a good change. That needed to stop.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go to other improvements.
Whoa. What's this? Warlord. What's this?
So Warlord.
What's this?
Uninterruptible stance. That's armor for people who don't know yet. On Warlord's heavy finishers, now it starts at 100 MS.
Oh,
it used to be 300. So at 100, it'll help the hero be a little bit better in group fights.
They gave me something that you shouldn't have never gave me.
Those heavy finishers a bit more efficiently. We've also done another change to Centurion.
Let's go.
So now there's two things, right? So every single move that could chain to jab on hit or block can also now chain to jab on miss.
Ooh.
So you can do now jab, light rather, and if your opponent dodges it, you can go to jab afterwards. So that makes a bit of a difference here.
Oh, the flow is going to be nice.
Better ways to go into the characters mix-ups and get into a bunch of different things.
The flow is going to be nice. Really,
and we've also updated some other things to get that jab and the punch to really feel better and have track dodges better. To get that to work, we had to do two changes. First, I'm going to go to the second one because it's a little bit more complicated, but basically the maximum charge time for jab is now 1,000 MS, up from 800. This might seem like a nerf.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
In actuality, if we wanted it to really correctly track opponents that are early dodging, we needed to have that timing there. So you're going to charge for a little bit longer, but to compensate on top of this, the minimum charge is now 300 instead of 4, which means that in a lot of situations, people are going to have to dodge jab a little bit more on read than on reaction, because you can have a little bit less time to react to it. And then them dodging earlier means that the full charge is
going to clock them. Yeah.
So I know there was like a lot of
discussion. So now you got to choose, chat.
We had done a lot of
So now you got to choose. Either you're going to have to dodge immediately.
It wasn't working properly. So
to dodge a level 1 charge
in most situations.
And if you do that, and if I hold it, you're going to get clocked by this max charge. Oh, baby, yes.
Delete button charging.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, next up, Gladiator. I know a lot of people have been asking for this, and we've actually brought it back. So, Fushina Ictus, which is toe stab, we've brought back the fact that it unbalances opponents that are out of stamina, and we brought back the old animation.
Oh, God, no.
You hit them in the toes, punch them in the face.
So good.
Yeah, I know people were really sad when we removed it, and we kind of had to remove it. When we did
I enjoyed it.
Otherwise, it created situations where Gladiator was way too strong and somebody was out of stamina. You can do like...
It's good, I know, but I don't play Glad. I freaking hate that.
But now
Oh, well, you gotta
actually
deal with it.
patched in and changed the way that stamina gets back to full whenever you get up. It means that
Yo,
whenever
Half
you
Prince,
land
thank you
a
for this tier
Kushina
1.
Aegis and your opponent falls down, they're gonna get back up to full stamina, and you're not gonna be able to go back into that mix-up over and over and over and over again. So that should make quite a difference here. It should be really interesting. Kyoshin, Tengokaze, which is a down stance heavy,
yeah.
like the full block stance heavy,
Yeah.
now costs 12 stamina instead of
Small
20.
small
We wanted
change.
to make sure that Kyoshin had a bit more options that were more stamina effective.
Yo, thank you for the 1,000 bits,
To
man.
be able to open up opponents. So that's a big change here. 8 stamina doesn't seem like much, but it's actually a big deal in a lot of situations.
Oh yeah,
so good. Yeah. Zhanhu, so a bit of a nerf to the character's heavy finisher's damage. They now deal 28 instead of 32. So first of all, 32 was too high, regardless, right?
Yeah,
and then
I get it. I get it.
28, and we went down to that level because Zhanhu has a feat called Winner's Advantage, and we don't want to nerf Winner's Advantage and remove a lot of effectiveness from it, but it causes your next attack to deal a lot of damage, which meant that Zhanhu, after pretty much every single hit, could deal like something like close to 38 damage.
I get it. I get it. Yeah,
reducing the damage of his
that's pretty good.
Baseline, we also lower the damage that Winner's Advantage ends up giving.
Yeah, Winner's Advantage. Yeah.
It still goes above 30, but it doesn't go massively above 30.
Right.
It doesn't go to like 38 or something, which was like
understandable.
So that's a little bit lower.
Yo, Sedan, thank you for the sub.
Help out a lot in those situations. And last but not least, for Shinobi,
yeah, no, I haven't.
The dodge kicks now pinned
for a week.
800 MS instead of 1100. That should help. That should help a lot of gang situations. Right? Because Shinobi was able to use the dodge kicks, pin opponents with them, get their opponents to be in that pin reaction for a
That's
long
gonna mess up.
period of
That
time,
might mess up Shinobi ganks. I don't know how it'll affect it.
Barely
but
had the time. It was pretty.
We'll
easy
see.
To do.
We'll see what the Shinobis come up with.
You need to be able to throw that heavy quicker, earlier, a bit more on read almost. So it's a lot harder. It should be harder to set up these ganks.
Okay, a bit harder to set it up now. Okay.
Like for Shinobi, so it shouldn't impact the hero in 1v1 situations, but in gank situations, it should make a big difference.
Yeah.
And on top of that, Shadow Strike, which is the light attack that's guaranteed after a parry, now deals 14 damage instead of 18.
Okay.
And we made that change because that attack leads to a really potent mix-up for Shinobi, and so it gave Shinobi a bit too much damage, a bit too much pressure whenever he was landing like even a heavy parry, right? So it dealt too much damage baseline, and then on top of that was giving a really good mix-up.
Right, because you had the kick to follow up, and then if you dodge a kick and he throw the sickle rain, you get hit with the sickle rain.
Heavy parry punish, rather.
You know what I mean?
And you get like more standard damage here.
Yeah, I'm excited for him to not basically be like just a ham slapping samurai nail gun anymore. Just like it was out of control.
Yeah, that needed to change there. So that was pretty good. Okay, so
that's huge.
So this is a big one.
Oh snap!
Yeah, we have the FOV.
That was one of the reasons why I came to PC
on console. So that's really good. It's a great improvement. So we're gonna show you like two different screens, what it looks like. This is the default field of view, right? So this is what it looks like when you're normally playing on console, and you can't change it. On PC you can, but on console you absolutely cannot. You could not change it, but we've made it so you can be changed. So we could go to the next slide and see this is what it's at its largest setting. So you see that
that's good. Like for all y'all console people, y'all gonna like that. Trust me, it makes your game just look much better.
So it really helps in a lot of situations. Shouldn't really have any impact on frame rate or whatever. So that's pretty good. And it really helps
these are
play
massive W's, man.
To see like a lot wider. So that's really good.
Wow.
Hats off to the team for like the optimizations that have happened in the game over the lifetime of the game. Because I know back in the day, this used to wreck consoles, and now like it's no problem.
Yeah, we're good.
Huzzah!
Awesome,
Excelsior.
Yeah. Okay. Another thing we're doing in this patch is we're improving. something
more quality of light changes.
So if you knew, or maybe you didn't know, so I'll explain it to you. Right? Is that some executions, not all of them, mostly the newer ones we've been doing. Some of them from the early heroes didn't really have that issue, but a lot of executions would force you to go out of lock when the end, either if you got hit or at the end of the execution, they'd force you to go out of lock. Created a lot of situations where opponents could come in and get multiple hits on you because you were out of lock, and you get different hit reaction when you're out of lock, and then it was hard to get to get by that. So we've removed that completely. So no execution should ever force you to go out of lock when the end. That was a big undertaking. We had to go into every single execution that we have in the game. We had Ben, who some of you probably know, go into all of them and like do a lot of changes there. So like kudos to him. It was a lot of work there.
Clap it up for Ben.
And a lot
Clap it up
of
for
work
Ben.
on the tech team as well.
Ben just put in a lot of work
to really test that out. And the other thing is that some executions also forced a specific stance when they ended. So it would force you to go like top, left, or right. And it would really force it. That's also been removed. So you always stay in the stance you were in if you keep locked in when you perform an execution. So again, that's a lot of like quality of life improvements there, but it's very important so that your executions are actually safer and you don't get really heavily punished for performing an execution.
Yeah, you can use them all. Use anyone you want
now.
Yeah. All right. And then I'm super happy to say
Valk and Tiandi reworks are now live? So that's what we're playing today.
Super cool.
Okay.
We're really happy the testing rounds went well. We got a lot of feedback.
Valk is going to be fun.
So we're super hyped. So Valkyrie stayed relatively the same. Like most of the things are unchanged. We know that the hero, like a lot of the feedback we've gotten for Valkyrie was that the hero
next
felt
week.
maybe a little bit different, a little bit odd to play, but then a lot of people also mentioned that
15th,
once you
the 15th,
get into the groove and you get to understand the character, she works way, way, way better. And it's actually interesting. It's a new mix-up that we've put in. So we've decided to keep her mostly as is. There's some improvements you can see in the patch notes. You'll see like the changes that we've made from the current, like from the previous live Valkyrie to the new live Valkyrie. We're not going to go into details because it's too much stuff there. It's going to take like
understandable.
We all have other things to do. I'd love to be here for 6 hours, but I think people would kill me. So that's it for Valkyrie. But for Tiandi, I have a couple of notes so we can go.
All right, what you got for me?
So for Tiandi, the hero also, the rework went really well, right? People really liked it. There was a lot of stuff there that was appreciated. A lot of quality.
Bro, it's been so long. I forgot what Tiandi rework was.
Feedbacks that we've addressed.
I remember Valk because I played it a lot.
We reverted the dragon dodge changes. So that means that in the testing grounds, we had tried to speed up the side dodge heavies a little bit so that they could be more effectively used as dodge attacks and not necessarily as repositioning tools. But as it turns out, a lot of players actually gave us feedback that felt bad. The soft feints from it were hard to do, and players were mostly using it to reposition, and they really missed that functionality. So we heard you, we listened. It's back to how it was. So great job there, I think.
Well, there you go, Tiandi mains.
Like, this is why we do testing grounds, right?
Sometimes
there's feedbacks about things that people don't like, and we're like, well, okay, it's reasonable, so we're gonna put it back. What this means is for Tiandi, if you want to be able to do like more reliable side dodge attacks, you have to do tiger dodges, but you have to delay them a little bit, which was still possible beforehand. So if you were doing it before, you can still do it now.
Okay.
It won't be a problem. We've also reverted the dragon kick soft feint to dodge removal, right? So by that I mean right now on the live Tiandi, if you do a dragon kick, you can soft feint the dragon kick into a dodge, and you can go into like tiger dodges or whatever you wanted to do. And so we had removed that in the testing grounds because our feeling was you could feint dragon kick, so you no longer needed that soft feint. But again, a lot of players were like, well, no, actually, we really like to have that soft feint. So we kept it. To be fair, dragon dodge can still be hard feinted, and it might be better in some cases to hard feint because then you can get parries off of people dodge attacking.
Right.
So that might even be better. But if you want to soft feint to a dodge and go into tiger dodge or into whatever you like to do, you totally can now. So again, that was reversed.
Yeah, like for ganks, right?
To what you wanted to do.
So like, what if you about to kick somebody and someone's running up on you?
Yeah. And then finally, we had changed the delay timing to top dragon dodge. So you could do it only a little bit later into the dodge. And that was because we didn't want to get into situations where you would do dragon kick into top dragon dodge and then repeat over and over and over again and get that kind of vortex feeling.
Right.
We really wanted to encourage players to use the new follow-up we've done for a dragon kick. But at the end of the day, this had a really big negative impact on the safety of some attacks. People like to do like a palm strike into a top heavy before the rework that had armor. And so with this, you can actually do palm front dodge, dragon dodge, and get armor back earlier to be able to trade with different things, right? So that was like, it was a bit of a puzzle there to get that going into where exactly things needed to fit. But this means that sometimes after a dragon kick, you can land a dragon dodge if somebody hit a wall or whatever. But in most cases, you shouldn't be able to. We did a couple of other tweaks. So I would say go look at the patch notes, look at what we've done. and you can test it out and see for yourself. But we really have a good feeling on Tiandi and Valkyrie both. I think they're a lot more viable. They're a lot more fun to play. They're super interesting characters. So we're again,
they both feel a lot better.
Yeah, so it's amazing, right? And
sounds good.
Big kudos to the team. I know everybody worked super hard on this, and I want to thank the community. Like a lot of players gave us a lot of good feedback on this. Exactly the kind of feedback we'd like to see.
Yo,
and
I ain't even gonna lie. This was
when it's
everything in here was a W,
sure,
bro.
I prefer the old Valkyrie or whatever, but then.
Is this the end?
That's why those testing rounds run for a week. And
everything in here is a W, bro.
And go, well, actually,
yeah. This is the end. Oh my goodness, y'all. That was the end of the patch notes. So the patch notes, crazy. We're about to get into the testing grounds. That'll be for next video if you guys are watching this on YouTube. But my goodness, literally, how many minutes? Like 20 straight minutes of straight W's, bro. That is crazy. Like I don't think they messed up at all. They got everything perfect. So I'm excited. That's on the 15th. Everything you hear starts on the 15th, I believe. So that is amazing. So let's go over to the testing grounds. If you're watching this on YouTube, just check out the next video. All right, peace.